So, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Sam from Team Sam X1 here, and today who am I with?
Jose Ruiz.
Jose, how are you doing today, brother?
I'm a little tired, I'm good.
A little tired? Okay, what deck did you play today at YCS?
I played Ritual Goodness, man.
Ritual Goodness, Shido Bird's Ritual Goodness?
Yeah, Amano Waddle Turbo.
Amano Waddle Turbo. I heard you made day 2 with his deck. Unfortunately, lost to Dracos, right? That's all good, bro. And you said Dracos was your worst matchup? Why did you decide to play Shido Birds for this event?
It's a free matchup against Striker. Because we main deck Saravis, so they can't imperm or Widow Anchor. And I just shuffle back their back rows back to the deck. Summon Amano, so Ray cannot trigger, Kagari cannot trigger. None of them can trigger. And then I summon Christia on top of that.
Right.
And then just protect it with Saravis.
Wow, okay. And how does this deck work against Orcus and also Salamand Grades?
So against Orcus, we make them go first because they do the standard play, which is IP, Babble with the Gristle engrave. You summon the female Baroness. You activate Baroness effect to shuffle back Babble. They have to trigger Skeleton. And as soon as they trigger Skeleton, it resolves. The back row goes back into the deck. Amano hits the field. Ding hits the field. Ding can trigger. And neither can IP.
Okay, awesome. That's sick. All right, awesome. Okay, do you have anything else you want to say before we start with this deck profile?
No.
Okay, all right, let's get started with the deck profile. Let's do it.
So, I play 3 Fat Boy Chalice Slime. Heart and Soul to the deck. Sometimes you summon it when you're really trying to go for the OTK. It tutors everything in your deck. Like, this card is basically 3 of everything in your deck.
Right. So what does he do? Like, you discard what?
You reveal him, you can discard anything in your hand, including himself. Summon an incantation from your deck, and therefore, the incantations, they'll either search you a monster or a spell.
Right.
I play 3 Shino Baron. He returns monsters non-targeting. So, summons a ritual monster, level 4 lower from your hand. And when he leaves the field, like at the end of the turn, he's a spirit. He summons 2 level 4 tokens, 15 attack, 15 defense, winged beasts. And then the female, which is Baroness, she returns 3 back rows without targeting. Summons basically a mountain of water from the deck. And it's all one effect. It's insane.
Wow, really good. So like, if one effect resolves already, your opponent can't strike it.
No.
Okay, so as long as just one effect resolve, it all happens at the same time.
Yes.
So they must strike it like.
Yes.
Like, okay, on activation, cool. All right.
But you're just gonna recycle them repeatedly, so.
Right.
We play 2 Saravis. It's literally the best ritual. Sometimes you will summon it, like against a Striker, after you blow out their back row and they just top decking.
Right.
You summon it, so when you kill over any of their links, they try to summon Ray, you could just bounce this back up and banish their Ray. Or when they try to Widow Anchor you, you just discard it, negate it, and then you recycle it back to your hand.
Nice.
Ben 10 to search the fairies in your deck. I play 2. 1 Unicorn is just generic. It stops a lot of decks. It stops, like if this resolves being summoned, Appaloosa, Colossus, those type of boards can't really activate anything. So they just destroys them.
Right.
That's all for the rituals. Now for the incantation package, I play 2 Talismandra. He's the one that adds a monster from deck to hand when he's summoned from the deck.
Right.
You don't want to see him, so that's why I play 2. 3 Bookstone.
So adds from graveyard.
Yes, adds spells from the grave. 3 Candle, adds spells from deck to hand. And then 3 Pentaplume. Like I said, you'd rather see these over these.
How come?
Because when you see these in your hand, that just means you're not searching any of them.
Right.
So I prefer to see these, because these is going to summon these from the deck.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. And also at the same time, if you summon these, you can only summon these from the deck, right?
Yes.
These are a candle, right?
So it's like kind of, and also during the grind game, these become even better because everything's already outside of your deck, and you just start adding them back to your hand from the grave.
Really good.
And you can't really get Ash with that.
Nice.
I play 2 Phantasmes. It's really broken, so when you draw like dead cards like these or like, it just fixes your hand. When you're looking for a problematic card, like let's just say a Nibiru or a Dark Ruler No More or any other side deck cards, this essentially fixes for it. But it's decent. Amano, Wada, a Christia, and a Lancia.
Only one land. Oh, because you can search it off Ben 10.
Yes.
Broken.
So if I'm playing Orcus, if a lot of Orcus players, they're going second, they will main deck the Imperm, the Mind Control, or anything necessary. I'll just search for this instead of this and lock them off for 1 turn and then OTK them. Then a mono water essentially is just game. Even if you see it, you can just normal summon it, continue with your Shino Bird plays and bounce, and they can't respawn.
Really good. Wow.
That's all for the monsters. The spells, 3 Pot of Extravagance. You don't draw at all except this card. This is the best card in the deck, spell wise. It's just so good. Your extra deck doesn't matter at all. It just doesn't. You play nothing in there that you're gonna summon, so it's just food for extravagance.
Right.
Another a +2 is pre-preparation. You add the Shinobird monster and the Shinobird spell, and it's insane. You also pair it up with Preparation of Rites. You search your Saravis, your Benten, your Unicorn, your Chalice Slime, and then you recycle the spells back to your hand. You play 2 extra Foolish Burial.
This is for your extra deck, right?
Yes.
The Herald.
Yes, or Entis. When let's just say they have like a floodgate, like erupts, you can pay half your life, send Entis, and pop erupt. But
Free pop.
yeah.
Man, bro, you're so scared of Dracos, eh?
I literally hate them. My side deck is entitled to them.
So your deck has a really good matchup against every other deck except for Draco. Awesome. Okay, and this is basically like an anti-meta ritual deck, right?
Yeah.
Okay, anti-meta rituals. Let's go.
So I've made that 2 Dark Rulers.
You main deck this card?
Yes.
Okay, oh my gosh.
If it's not like game 1, if I see it and it's not necessary against the matchup, I'll just pitch it with Chalice Slime. So it does nothing. It's just there. But I was expecting a lot of Thunder Dragons. And what is this deck called?
The Safer Thunder?
Yes, the Safer Thunder, like the ones that summon all the dragons, and this is the only reason why I made deck 2.
Did you play any of them?
Yes, I played like 2, and I threw the crap out of him. Game 1, I Thanos, and then I drew 2 of them, and he was just like, "What the fuck? You play that?" So when I activated my first one, he Solemn Judgment it, and then he paid half his life, and then I activated another one, composed his monster, summoned Christy Amano, and then he just like, I can't get over that. He only had like 1 card at that time, so he just can't trigger anything.
Right.
And then the ritual spell, I only play 4. 3 Shinobird Calling. You can tribute monsters from your field, hand, or banish spirit monsters, and or banish spirit monsters from your graveyard to summon the Baron or Baroness, and then the 1 Inception. Inception lets you recycle anything by sending an incantation card from your hand or field to the graveyard, add this back to your hand, and summon 1 from the deck. And it lets you summon, this, or even any of them. It lets you summon any of them. It's just a generic one.
Right.
It's so good.
Nice. All right, bro. So that's pretty much for the main deck. Let's go off to your side deck real quick. I just want to see your side deck. What do you play for your side?
My side deck is spicy, man.
Spicy? Just all for Dracos, huh?
You'll be surprised.
All right, show us the goo.
This is a card that I'm pretty sure everybody, every time I play this card, they always read it. So you summon.
What the heck is this?
All right. So what it does is when it hits the board, it is a giant Trunade, and your opponent cannot respond to it. So strikers, when they set 5 with strikers, you just summon this. They can't imperm, they can't Widow Anchor, they can't strike it. It's a wrap. Everything goes back to their hand, and then every time they want to activate a card, they take 500 life. And it's searchable with Pre-Preparation, and you summon it with Inception.
Wow.
The second Lance. It's just searchable, and sometimes you want to see it. 2 Nibiru's. If it's dead in your hand, like if you're playing, let's say, Luna like Orcus, or somebody that just summons their 5th summon is Appaloosa, you could just use it as a whole tribute for the Shinobirds, because their spell cards let you exceed the level.
Right.
So for monsters. Now this is the Draco Hate. Triple Red Reboot.
Damn.
Triple Evenly.
Wow.
Triple Twin Twister.
They're not surviving, bro.
Nah, I hate that deck. And then the last Dark Ruler.
This is for the combo decks.
Yes. It's Draco. This is all for them.
Draco right there. Gabe.
I hate them. I hate you guys. Deck is so unfair.
Okay, let's get started with the side. Well, extra deck is 15. Yeah, it's show the extra deck. Why not? Let's go. And then can you show us the combo that you're talking about?
Sure.
So let's do it. Yeah, let's go with the extra deck real quick.
Extra deck, like last minute, I was gonna play Super Polys in the side, so it was just like kind of like randomized. So I played obviously the best extra deck card is you never make it, but you send it off
With Foolish?
Yeah, extra Foolish Burial. You're just gonna get your pluses off of them. 2 Entis. Obviously get your pops, get rid of problematic monsters that you can't deal with.
Right.
Sadly, I actually do go into this with the tokens at the end of the turn, because they stay on board long enough, and it's just two monsters. So now the Shino Birds are coming down 3,500 or 3,000, and all the tokens are going to be 2,000 attack, 2,000 defense.
Really good.
And when it dies, it recycles one of your Shino Birds back to your hand. And then the rest was just generic like super poly targets that I was thinking about main decking super polys, but they're just really irrelevant. It's just irrelevant cards.
Okay, awesome. All right, bro. Let's go over the combo real quick. So what do you need for the combo? So the anti-meta combo. I want to see this combo.
So let's just say like if you just want to go plus, right?
Let's say that you're facing against Orcus. You know you're facing against Orcus.
If I know I'm playing Orcus, let's just say I have this in hand, right?
And you choose to always go first?
No.
So you always go second?
Yes, against Orcus strikers, I just go second.
Okay, no, but if how about blind? Like if you win
Blind,
the die,
second.
so you blind second all the time?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the combo? Show me.
So against Orcus, you want to just see necessarily anything that you can get on board. Like, let's just say, these are not cards that you necessarily need. It's just, if you have them, whatever. You go reveal Chalice Line. You discard Inception. You're gonna summon any other incantation.
Right. So right now they have IP and Babel.
Right, IP and Babel. You're gonna activate effect. You're gonna add this. It doesn't matter. You're gonna go Inception, discarding this, add Inception back to your hand. It's just pluses. You just wanna like generate as much, because Rituals takes too much cards to maintenance, so you wanna have as much cards as possible in your hand. So you're gonna add this back to your hand. Right. Then you will just Shino Bird, calling, sending these two. You summoning this. You're gonna chainlink one, chainlink two. This doesn't, because if you ash this, you can't bounce back anything. But that's why you make this chainlink one, chainlink two. This doesn't matter if it gets ashed at all. So let's say they trigger Babel, Skeleton, target the Dingrissu. It's gonna resolve. When it resolves, Babel goes back into the deck, and a mono water hits the field. It hits the field on the same chainlink. So when symbol
resolves, Dingirsu will get effect.
Yes.
Because Amano Wano's on the field.
Yes, and IP can't trigger.
Wow.
And then on top of that, you're just gonna, if you have the boy in hand, you just literally make it over on top of this, and then you just shuffle back the IP and the ding back to the deck, and then you just attack.
Wow. And then this remains on the field, right?
Yes.
So they can't use any monster effects?
Nope.
Wow, that's really good. So how often do you search Christia? Is there a combo where you search Christia?
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't search it now because it was irrelevant. So you just search it now. I mean, when you activate it as Chainlink 2,
right,
you would have searched the Christia,
and then or the Lancia, right?
Yeah, whichever. So after I attack with these two, I'll just main phase 2, just summon this, pass.
That's game.
Yeah. You can't really beat over this.
That's game.
If you imperm this, right, because you're gonna get older, like let's say mind control this, or another imperm, you imperm. I'll let you imperm this one, so I could trigger this in hand, and just protect it.
Really good. All right, awesome, brother. Thank you so much for this amazing anti-meta ritual deck profile. Do you have anything else you want to say before we end off this video?
Shout out to Xenos in New York. Is one of the best locals out there. High is the owner. Best, most humblest person in the world. He's the one that gave me the idea to play this in the side. He told me to main deck it, but last minute I just chose to side it.
Right.
But yeah, shout out to him.
All right, awesome. Congratulations on making day 2 of this awesome anti-meta ritual deck. This is your boy Sam from Team Sam signing out. All right, guys. Peace.
Run it out. Yeah, run up the score. Run it out.